Brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience that thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Jack in the Box, introducing Snoop's Munchie Meal. Available for a limited time only at Jack in the Box. Talked about all the star power at Angel Stadium for this Freeway Series. It's time for Ruling the Plate, presented by Burger King, just highlighting a handful. 3 for the Dodgers and a pair for the Halos. You got Clayton Kershaw, surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, they're on the Cooperstown track as well, just like Shohei Ohtani. Mike Trout, bona fide future Hall of Famer. For more on all the stars in each dugout, Kirsten Watson down on the field.
Well, Stephen, it's safe to say that we're in a treat with all of the star power amongst these two teams. And I think Dave Roberts said it very well today. He said that the best of the best, they want to play well when you're facing that type of level. So with the guys we'll be seeing on the mound, Clayton Kershaw today is going to be facing off against Shohei Ohtani as well as Mike Trout. Tomorrow, Ohtani's on the mound facing off against Freddie Freeman as well as Mookie Betts. The Dodgers, they want to play better. They want to get back in the win column. So hopefully this is the matchup that will allow them to turn the page, guys.
Oh, they're all saying amen in that dugout. Thank you, Kirsten. And Mookie Betts, his star shines as bright as anybody's in the big leagues, but especially against the Angels at Angel Stadium. If you look at Mookie, among active hitters with at least 100 plate appearances at Angel Stadium, Mookie first in slug, second in OPS, only to Mike Trout. And he leads off for the starting lineup for the Dodgers today. Mookie, Freddie, Will, JD is the DH. Then 5 on down, Miguel Vargas at second base, Johnny DeLuca in left, James Outman in center, Miguel Rojas at short, and Michael Busch at third. So for the last 5, EK, rookies.
Yeah, some young ones are going to get an opportunity tonight. This is just a spot they're going against a young pitcher. They'll be ready to go and swing the bat early on.
That young pitcher is Reed Detmers, the 23-year-old left-hander. The Angels' 10th overall selection in the 2020 draft, a product of Louisville, was rotation mates with Bobby Miller. What a 1-2 punch they had there for the Cardinals. And his last 2 turns have been good. Let's show you his arsenal thanks to StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud.
Loves that fastball, throws that slider as well, a little curveball change, but it'll be interesting tonight because both left-handed pitchers both rely a lot on that slider.
And he settles for the first pitch of the ball game to Mookie. And he misses outside for ball 1. We're playing ball this 2-game series. Fans still trickling in to the Big A. Hopefully not too many folks stuck on freeways for the Freeway Series. Mookie batting .264 on the year, .315 clip. His last 17 games. So much slug here this season as well. So that was strike 1 straight back.
Yeah, in a hitter's position right there, 2-0, and he went after that fastball. But again, is facing him, your very first hitter. You want to go after him, but if you go after him with too much of the plate, the ball will end up in the seats.
Takes a breaking ball to even the count 2-2. Yeah, we've seen that 6 times this year. If you start the game with a leadoff bomb. Detmers wants to avoid that and does by striking Betts out.
Yeah, Detmers fell behind 2-0, but then able to get a fastball by Mookie, then went with the breaking pitches, curveball, and then the slider. Like we said, that slider he is going to use all night long.
Now, this may be a road game for the Dodgers, but it is a home game for Freddie Freeman. He fouls away strike 1. Product at Elmo, El Medina High School. 10-15 minutes, depending on how lucky you are with traffic lights from Angel Stadium. 0-2.
Had his son Charlie out here early on. He was going through the stretching routine with the guys, and certainly did feel like a home game.
He holds off ball 1. Freddie just 4 for his last 24. Trying to kick it back into high gear. Numbers on the season still incredible. Spits on ball 2.
And Freddie doing a nice job of laying off both of those last 2 pitches. Detmer's trying to get him to chase out of the zone.
Another one, Freddie will not bite. We're full.
Feel like he's got to go breaking ball here. I just 3-2. You just don't want to throw Freddie a fastball, and if Freddie gets one, look out.
He did get a fastball. Fouled into the Halo dugout.
Good location with that fastball. Came in on Freddie's hands. Has to stay away from the middle of the plate.
Another payoff from Detmers to Freeman. Freddie pulls it to the right side. Padlow just up from AAA Salt Lake. Makes the play for the second out. Two down, Will Smith. Turned things around a little bit last homestand. 13 games before that, it's really scuffling. He's got 191, 5 for 16. So even when the Dodgers were swept by the Giants, one of the positives to take away from it is that he swung the bat well, reached in 12 of his 23 plate appearances. But make no mistake, that was a downer of a homestand, getting swept by the Giants in historic fashion. Detmers 0-1. Checked up the foul.
So far early on, Detmers is showing that he will give you a fastball, but when he tries to put you away, he goes breaking ball. Started Will with his 2 fastballs. You got to expect that slider or curveball out of the zone is coming.
Detmers delivers. And Will Smith down swinging. 2 strikeouts for Detmers in a 1-2-3 first inning. From the young lefty to the veteran. Leading off in front of Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. Brandon Drury cleaning things up before Hunter Renfroe kicks off the bottom half of the order. Kevin Padlow playing first. Chad Wallach catching. Luis Rengifo. And then finally, Anthony Velasquez. The last time Clayton Kershaw was here in Anaheim last July, took a perfect game into the 8th inning. Beat the Angels 9-1, finished with 8 scoreless, just 89 pitches.
Man, you see he was slider heavy in that last start against the Angels last year. 4-seamer and the curveball. I don't think you're going to see anything different. Look at that's how he's been successful. That's how he's going to the Hall of Fame. That slider.
7-0 with a 1.33 ERA in his last 10 turns against Anaheim. All of those Dodger victories. And they need one in a bad way. Get to 40 on the year and get the vibes turned around. Right now it's time for the AT&T Fiber Fast Pitch. And highlighting the fastball for number 22. See, last year, couldn't really touch it. This year, though, 320 clip. Right back toward us. Not going to get to our booth. Fastball. Taylor Ward, who's starting to swing a hotter bat for the Angels since the end of May. Batting .323. Now he fights one to right. Mookie will hustle in. One away. Now Mass Mutual takes you behind the jersey. Jersey number 17, popular here in the stands at the Big A for Shohei Ohtani, the American League Player of the Week. You see where he ranks this year in Major League Baseball. Yep, first in homers, first in ribbies, first in OPS, first in opponent's batting average. Oh yeah, because he also takes the ball every 6 days. Pops up the first pitch from Kershaw, high in the air to left field. Ronnie DeLuca will settle underneath it. And even the F7's Get a roaring round of applause.
Hey, Kirsch is going right after these guys with the fastball, and you know his MO is always try to get that first pitch strike. The Angels, conversely, they're being very aggressive. They are swinging the bat early on. So far, advantage Kirsch.
Oh, Mike Trout. Now, by league standards, Mike Trout's having a strong season. By Mike Trout standards, though, he's having a down year. And by most metrics, the worst of his career. You take away that 40-game cup of coffee he had in 2011 before he won Rookie of the Year in 2012. Career low numbers.
Well, again, he set the floor so high.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got an OPS plus of 130, and again, average major leaguer is at 100. So, still an exceptional year.
1-1 above the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, so just that 130 number. He's never been below 167 in a full season. Again, you take away that 2011.
That's his fault, though. That's his fault for being so darn good that's what we expect. That floor is the floor is a ton of guys' ceilings.
He's ahead of Kershaw, 3-1. And he gets underneath one. And DeLuca will call off Outman. Outman going to then step in front of DeLuca. 3 fly balls for Kershaw. He trades a 1-2-3 first with Detmers. Is back to work after this.
The 2023 Scott's MLB All-Star Ballot is now open. Scan the QR code to vote daily and decide who represents your Dodgers this summer. So, Dodgers fans, it is time. You can vote 5 times a day. The voting ends on Thursday. JD Martinez, he leads designated hitters in votes. For catchers, Will Smith is second. We've got to get him some more votes so that he could be above Braves' Sean Murphy. Outfielders, Mookie Betts is second. And for first baseman, Freddie Freeman is number 1. So we have to get more votes in. Again, you can vote 5 times a day until Thursday because we've got to get our players as starters in the All-Star game. And Mookie Betts said that if he is selected to the game, he will participate in the Home Run Derby, guys.
Amen, Kirsten. And if, folks, you missed the QR code on the screen, you just go to MLB.com/vote. And just reiterate what Kirsten just said. You can vote five times daily. So if you want to see Dodgers in Seattle, you want to see Mookie in the Home Run Derby, get after it. Reed Detmers quickly ahead of JD Martinez, 0-2. And there was a stretch where there were a few hitters in baseball swinging a hotter bat than JD Martinez. His last 7, though, he's gone the wrong direction. Maybe a start of a new streak here. The leadoff base hit at the beginning of the second.
Take that, wrong direction, right? I think he heard us. You're right, though. JD, I mean, he's been streaky in that stretch he was on. Oh, my. Here he gets a hanging curveball. And we talked about it. Detmers has gone to the breaking ball and he's trying to put people away. That thing just is left up in the zone. JD doesn't miss it.
And to be clear, this first year for JD Martinez has been a successful one in a Dodger uniform. He has been the presence in the middle of the order that everyone was hoping he'd be.
Well, I think if you watch spring training, you were thinking, uh-oh, this time may have passed. But I think he was setting everybody up because he's been exceptional in the middle of this lineup.
2 strikes on Miguel Vargas. Just 1 hit over his last 9 games. He's dropped his average 30 points his last 23 games. Shot foul to stay alive.
I think more than anything, you don't necessarily want to grade everything on results. Yes, it's a result-oriented game, but I think more than anything, watch the at-bats. See that he battles. See that he is giving competitive at-bats.
And he is battling right now.
Right, and so you may look at that swing and go, oh my goodness, what the heck is that? But he's fighting off a pitch. I mean, that's a filthy pitch. He's able to control the bat, make some contact, live to see another pitch.
rips it to left center, but it hangs up for an outstanding catch by Taylor Ward. Vargas nearly followed the lead of Martinez with a 2-strike knock. That one taken away by Ward.
And I think that's what we're talking about as far as being competitive, having a good at-bat. You see Ward going after it, kind of an awkward way to catch the ball. Just goes right down on his knees there. Seems to be okay. See Detmers, he's excited. But going back to Vargas, good at-bat, fouled off some pitches and hit it hard.
Detmers finds strike one at the bottom of the zone to start off Johnny DeLuca. The rookie who's making just his 5th start of the year. Hasn't played a ton since his call-up and debut on the 7th of the month.
It's always tough for a young player just to get acclimated to the big leagues. And even if you're playing every day, that's difficult for a youngster. Here, he's doesn't have a ton of experience and is doing the most difficult thing, playing every couple of days.
Skied high to right. Coming in is Renfroe. And he's got the second out. Now another rookie, 3 in a row in this Dodger lineup. It's James Outman with 2 away. He has experienced that rookie roller coaster in these first couple months of 2023.
Yeah, it's one of those things that when you come up as a rookie, they're going to challenge you. And the success that he had in April was uncanny. So now teams start to watch him, look for holes, and obviously they've adjusted. It's never a straight line in your career. Never.
Shot to the right side and foul. 0-2. He said the baseball looked like a beach ball in that month. And then
that thing just got deflated. No air
turned
left.
into a BB. So now he has to adjust to the adjustment, as the saying goes. Holds off ball 1. He does have 4 hits his last 9 ABs. Drove in 3 in the series against the Giants. So perhaps it could be a spark for him at the end of June. He's shown some slug on the road. Detmers fastball high and away, 2-2.
The one thing that can't ever waver, no matter how things are going, is your belief in yourself. I mean, you've got to walk through that clubhouse going like, tonight's the night, and look out.
Waves at strike 3. Detmers' 3rd K of the evening ends the 2nd inning. Leadoff base hit for Martinez is stranded. Bottom 2 time in Anaheim, scoreless. The Dodgers and Angels. Show you the standings. First in the NL West, the Dodgers have dropped to 3rd in the division. They're being swept by the Giants, now 4.5 back of the first place D-backs and 1 full game behind the rival Giants. On the other side, in the AL West, the Angels in 2nd position, a handful of games behind the Texas Rangers. The Dodgers will visit Arlington in the month of July. See the Dodgers and Astros outside the top 2 within their respective divisions. Now you can expand that even further beyond the West as Brandon Drury swings through strike 1. The Mets struggling, St. Louis really struggling. The Yankees can't find it without Judge. So some teams that had prognosticators going at the beginning of the year, spring training and whatnot, hasn't found success to be easy.
Yeah, not easy to play this game. You see, they drop that curveball in there. But you mentioned, I mean, there's some teams that the New York Mets, I mean, they were talking about this dynamic rotation, the amount of money that was spent. They've struggled. The Yankees have been beset by injuries. The Astros, same deal.
I mean, Toronto was a trendy World Series pick.
Yeah.
4th in the division. Kershaw's 1-2 to Drury. High count level.
But I think for me as a fan, this season is so darn interesting because there isn't that clear-cut team. I mean, you like Atlanta in the National League, Tampa Bay in the American League, but that's now. You talk to me come September, it could look a lot different.
No, I think it's, you could argue it's healthy for the game of baseball to see Tampa Bay and Baltimore 1-2. You see Miami in second in the East. I mean, Cincinnati's in first place in the Central. Arizona, they were kind of a trendy breakout pick, but nobody had them in first place in the division right now. That's the way the season has gone. Kershaw's 3-2s. He strikes out Drury.
Kersh going right after Drury right there. And trademark pitch.
1 down, 9 to go, and then you're in free jumbo jack land. That would be tomorrow. If the Dodgers can punch out 10 Angels tonight, go to a Jack in the Box in the LA area, buy a large beverage, boom, free jumbo jack. That's simple. Now Hunter Renfroe from alma mater.
Is he Mississippi State?
He is. Nailed it, EK.
Bam. Man, I thought you.
I threw that at you.
Yeah, I wasn't really ready for it, but
So it's our first time working together, but everyone said you and EK are just going to drop all the alma maters.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I told you one of the first times I met you, I said Chapman.
Yes, you did. You nailed it.
I knew it.
1-2 now on Renfroe. Came back off the paternity list about 10 days ago. His wife Courtney welcomed daughter Allison. 12 home runs on the year. He's long been known for his prodigious pop.
Yeah, the crazy power, but he's also a very gifted outfielder.
Especially with that right arm.
Crazy arm, right?
He went to Starkville, Mississippi as a catcher who could also pitch. He went to the outfield in 2012 and took off. Count remains 2-2 after that foul ball. He and Mississippi State made it to the College World Series Finals in 2013, where they ran into.
What year are we talking about?
2013. Kershaw back-to-back Ks.
I'm not look. I can tell you where a guy went, but now you're asking me who played who.
That would be the UCLA Bruins.
Was that 13?
Yeah.
That's so bad.
That's not great.
So bad.
Not great, EK, but we'll just focus on the strikeout from Kershaw. How about that?
Why did I think they played South Carolina?
Because you're getting.
Was that 12?
That would have been
12.
Cole Bauer. First pitch. Padlo. Foul territory, just along the left field line. DeLuca has it. 6 up, 6 down, 2 Ks for Kershaw. Don't beat yourself up.
That's so bad.
Don't beat yourself.
Man,
sorry to Bruins everywhere, though. Dodger fans, you can now stream Dodger baseball at home and on the go on the Spectrum Sportsnet app. Sportsnet LA is available 24/7 to authenticated subscribers. So download the Spectrum Sportsnet app today. Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, Stephen Nelson, we lobbied to call the game from that very spot. Could not, on a good vantage point of the mound or home plate. Ball 1 to Miguel Rojas as the Dodgers have 8-9-1 due up against Reed Detmers here in the top of the third, a scoreless game. A couple pitches taken from Rojas, but the first couple innings, EK, we've seen the Dodgers really get after it. They've let the bat go. I mean, this is typically one of the
more patient teams.
They don't swing a ton.
Well, Detmers, he's been pounding the zone. He's early on. He's going with the fastball. And when he's put guys away, 5 of his 6 outs tonight, he's put away with the slider.
A roller to Velasquez at short. Sure-handed defender. Tires Rojas. And now Michael Busch just back up from OKC at the end of last week. Minor League Player of the Week. So swinging it well down in OKC.
I mean, he's one of those guys that, look, he's proven that he can play in the minor leagues. And, you know, he just needs an opportunity, whether that's going to be here, whether it's going to be somewhere else, who knows. But that's what's so difficult playing baseball and trying to make it in the big leagues is you may be ready to go, but you've got to get an opportunity. You've got to get at bats. You've got to get innings on the mound.
Gets hands out of the way of that one. That would have hurt. 2 balls and a strike. And the Dodger rookies have been given an opportunity. You know, it's unfortunately the injury bug continuing to bite this team. And even if guys aren't on the injured list, they're bagged up a la Chris Taylor right now.
There's CT.
Next to rookie.
Yeah.
Pulled to the right side. Padlo will do it himself. Kirsten Watson has some injury updates for Dodger fans. What are they?
We sure do, Steven. So first with Chris Taylor, he's actually available off the bench today. He had a cortisone shot 2 days ago. It's making his knee feel a lot better, so he's available for a pinch hit. Tomorrow it'll likely be a similar situation, but he may be available for some more defense. They said that they just wanted to give him an extra day. And then for Max Muncy, he actually took part in Julio Urias' sim game earlier to get some at-bats. He's feeling a lot better with that hamstring strain. He will be activated off of the IL on Friday. We'll be in the lineup against the Astros, guys.
Thank you, Kirsten. Looking forward to that. And seeing Max get back to work. This was earlier today. Right leg, the compression sleeve.
It's not going to look real good with the tan right there, right?
Well, you ball players, you gotta know that the tan lines are.
There's Max.
Excuse me, sir. Are you a farmer? No. 1-1 to Mookie Betts as the lineup turns over. Detmer's high above the zone. And see what you've been talking about, EK, trying to get ahead with that fastball. But now you've seen 2 more outs this inning on the slider, so 7 of 8 on that pitch.
Hey, if you like sliders, you've come to the right place tonight. Kirsch, and so far Detmers has been effective. But the Dodgers have had opportunities as far as in at-bats because he does go after you early with the fastball.
Let's see what he gives Mookie for this 2-2. Punched his ticket in the first and does so again in the third. Now 4 for Reed Detmers, keeping the Dodgers off the board. Clayton Kershaw take the bump next.
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating educators with the 2023 Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza plus a teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com.
Clayton Kershaw, 8 pitches in the first inning, 14 in the second. His first pitch of the third pulled foul by Chad Wallach. With the catching duties tonight for the Angels. Chad Wallach, yep, that name should sound familiar to those tuning in. He's the son of 17-year big league veteran Tim Wallach, former teammate of yours, EK.
Yeah, I played with his dad, Eli. That was his nickname, Eli. People, if I say Eli, they go, wait, no, that's the actor. Kara screwed up again. No, that was his nickname.
Pushed to Freddie. And Wallach retired. Mostly for as an expo, but well,
played a few years with the Dodgers. In fact, that strike shortened season in '94, he had 20 some odd home runs. He was having a great year. One of my favorite players, and probably one of the guys that taught me the most.
Really?
The way he played the game, led by example, and his son doing it this year for the Angels.
Chad at one point was claimed by the Dodgers off waivers and was in the system for a hot minute. Rengifo fouls back strike 1 from Kershaw. So then Tim, he finished his career with you as a player with the Dodgers, then was on the Dodgers big league coaching staff a couple of times, in fact, for 3 different managers. I think Jim Tracy, Grady Little, and Don Mattingly.
Yep. And then went to Miami with Donnie.
That's laced by Rengifo, hooks foul. Long and loud. Strike 2.
Now home, enjoying the grandkids and playing a lot of golf. Playing a lot of golf with a Dodger instructor, Charlie Huff. Great Dodger that's still involved in the organization. 2 good men.
Kershaw to Rengifo. Just outside. Not close enough for Sean Barber to call it strike 3. But we went back in the time machine last summer. Clayton Kershaw, perfect game into the 8th against these Angels. It was this man who ruined that party. Hits one hard on a line to DeLuca. 2 down.
Hey, you talk about ruining something right there. I mean, I guess the only thing you can say about it is at least it's a no-doubter, right? The worst is, you know, it's that C&I single or something that just finds a hole. Kirsch was, man, he was dominant.
Ball 1 to Andrew Velasquez. Kirsten Watson, what do you got?
Well, Clayton's performance last year was so incredibly dominant that his wife, Ellen Kershaw, when she realized what was happening, she was at home with the kids. She got in the car and immediately made her way to Angel Stadium. But by the time she got out of the car, it had been broken up, unfortunately. But she was like, I couldn't miss it, so I had to find a way to get there.
Kirsten, if you don't know this, that's my fault for asking. As Clayton said, whether he blames his better half then for jinxing it?
No.
He would never. He's smarter than that.
They had some laughs. They definitely did about it when she got here. Because you're supposed to stay exactly where you are. That's the rule. And she did get in the car and made her way here. So there's no pointing fingers.
No.
But Ellen was like, I refuse to miss it. It was Clayton. It was Austin Barnes. It was going to be an incredibly special moment. So she knew she wanted to be here for it.
For the record, that is the right call. 3 balls and a strike on the number 9 hitter, shortstop Velasquez. And that's Clayton Kershaw's reaction. That's not somebody he wanted to or should walk. Right now, from California Community Colleges.
Start your future at a California Community College. Enroll today and apply for financial aid at icangotocollege.com.
Back to the top and Taylor Ward. Full out to Mookie Betts. His first time up. He's built up his OPS more than 100 points over his last 16 games. He was really fighting it. He's shown the last couple years that he can catch fire. I mean, 2022 is really his breakout season. At one point led the majors in OPS. But then an injury hampered him a little bit. So finished 23 home runs in 135 games. Velasquez goes to second. There will not be a throw from Will Smith. A 2-out walk into scoring position.
And Kirsch needs to just take a step back right now. He's thrown 6 straight balls. He's kind of lost it for a little bit. And this is a guy that you don't want to put on just because of what's lurking on deck.
And that would be the DH, Shohei Ohtani. Kershaw gets back into it with a swinging strike, 3-1.
See, Ward just took a calculated guess. I think he had his mind made up prior to that pitch that he was swinging. Kershaw anticipated, threw it out of the zone.
Kershaw peeks at Velasquez, comes home, 3-1 grounded to short. And Rojas will throw across to end a little 2-out threat. This game stays scoreless after 3-4. Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr., where all your charbroiled burger wishes come true. Who's going to strike first, the Dodgers or Angels? 2023 Freeway Series beginning in Anaheim this evening. Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, and J.D. Martinez face Reed Detmers. Drops in strike one. And so Detmers, L1C4. It's Louisville first, Cardinals forever. Pitching staff mate with the Dodgers' sensational rookie Bobby Miller. Skips away, ball one. And Detmers was the 10th overall pick. 19 selections before Miller went to the Dodgers in the first round in 2020. And Detmers and Miller put on a show for the Cardinals. They combined for 35 wins, 459 strikeouts, and 361 innings. A lot of punchies between those two, and a really close bond. You know, Bobby says that it was Reed who taught him a lot about how to handle yourself on the mound, your composure, your confidence, whether it's going good or going bad. Do not let anybody see. Stay level. You got Freddie. Thankfully it didn't. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Detmers equally effusive in his praise of Miller. And then he continues to get bigger, stronger, faster, harder. We're having a conversation about some potential interference. Okay, we passed it. Now 3-2 after Detmers misses with the ball.
I think Doc just got some bad seeds. Sometimes that happens and it kind of throw off the taste.
Yeah, we've all been there. Leadoff walk for Freddie Freeman. You get that one stale one.
Oh, it ruins everything, right? You're just like, oh, jeez.
Need a palate cleanser, please. Dodgers with their second base runner against Detmers. First being J.D. Martinez base hit at the beginning of the second. And stayed there. Ball one high to Smith.
Detmers losing location a little bit, just like Kirsch had a little spell last inning.
Gets a strike call at the top of the zone.
So far tonight, Steven, first 18 outs, 12 of them by the slider. Again, both of these guys just living with that left-handed slider tonight.
Detmers has 4 strikeouts. Will Smith was one of them. It's a fly ball to left field. And Freddie's going to have to drop back to first.
Guess what that pitch was? Go ahead.
Slide
just guess. You got it. I mean, that's the thing. You get a couple strikes on you, and get behind in the count. You almost have to be sitting on it, and sitting on it in that. Really don't go after it. These guys are throwing it out of the zone. They're getting you to chase. Just can't miss that fastball. There it is. I mean, you're going to have to be geared up for it. You almost sell out for that fastball in one of the first 2 pitches. JD got a curveball last time with 2 strikes, a hanger. Not sure he's going to see that again.
Freddie back to first. Second time Detmers has forced him back. Freeman is 9 for 10 in stolen base attempts this year. Putting those long legs to work again. The throw from Wallach down to second. Freddie's got his 10th stolen base.
That jump was sick. absolutely sick. I mean, he got going. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I mean, the minute Detmers just picked up his foot, Freddie was gone. So good. So good.
That's 5-tool threat.
Right. Well, there should be one of those tools should be smart base runner. Everybody just says speed, but speed is irrelevant if you don't know what you're doing out there.
2-1 on Martinez. I'm glad you say that, because if you there is a stat, base running runs.
Yep.
You know, the quality of base runner. How are you in that department? And Freddie Freeman, the numbers say he is one of the best base runners in baseball, despite not having elite sprint speed.
Right.
Most of the other people on that list, they're all speedsters or known for their wheels. Painted for Detmers, levels the count 2-2.
Well, they're good base runners because of their speed, right? And Freddie is a good base runner because of his instinct, his intelligence, and he can run all right, not bad.
And again, Martinez couldn't catch up to the fastball. 5 punch outs now for Detmers.
Just elevated right there, and JD just could not catch up to it. Throwing a few high fastballs to him in that at bat. I like Vargas in this situation. He saw a lot of pitches in his first at bat, fouled off some tough ones, and then ended up lining that ball in the gap. Ward ran it down. You see where Detmers is living with that thing too, up in the zone, right at the top of the strike zone. It's got some ride to it.
And that pitch in that location, those are two things that Vargas has been having difficulties with. Fastballs and pitches up in the zone. Pulls one to third. Rengifo goes a strike to end the fourth. Yeah, Reed Detmers said growing up his favorite pitcher, his favorite pro athlete was Clayton Kershaw. He's dueling with him tonight. Time to check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Prepare for the bottom of the fourth. Clayton Kershaw, Shohei Ohtani, the matchup, just as it was to begin the All-Star game last summer at Dodger Stadium. And after Ohtani ripped the first pitch of the game for a base hit, Kersh promptly picked him off. Ohtani told our friend Tom Verducci that he was first pitch full swing no matter what. Strike one at the knees to Ohtani, who is 0 for 9 lifetime against Kershaw with 3 punch outs. Ball 2 in the dirt. Now on the other side, Kershaw joked after, you can't throw a breaking ball for the first pitch of an All-Star game.
Some good banter between the two.
Fouled back by Ohtani. One future Hall of Famer in Kershaw, and another who is certainly on that track, because he is without a doubt the most talented baseball player we've ever seen. I don't think it's up for much of a debate at this point, what we've seen the last couple of years. But Kershaw makes Ohtani 0 for 10 against him.
Makes Ohtani look human. Again, look at this pitch where it bounces. I mean, not even close to the zone right there. That just tells you what type of stuff Kersh has this evening.
And then a hammer in for strike one to Mike Trout. Flew out his first time up. Back-to-back MVPs in this Angel order. Bayu for Strike two.
How about that sequencing right there? He starts out with a 72, 73 mile an hour curveball and then just blows a 91 mile an hour fastball. Great location, up and in. But that's, again, the sequencing, the eye level change, masterful. Here's what I'm talking about, Stephen. You look at that curveball right there, and the thing about it, it's so slow, you just can't pull the trigger, and then, boom, up in the zone. Gonna stay up there, go down with that slider.
Trout got a piece. They'll stay in the fight. Ohtani 0 for 10 against Kershaw. Trout now 4 for 21. He's a homer, a double. 6 strikeouts. Two and two.
It's where you have to live if you're going after Mike Trout. You're going to throw fastballs. They got to be up out of the zone.
It's shot down the right field line. It tails out of play. I mean, that is
it's the book.
That's the book on Trout.
You know, and it's difficult. It's difficult to, as a pitcher, to continue to throw up there and not miss. But you also have to respect Trout's discipline. He doesn't go after that because he knows that he is not successful trying to chase that pitch.
And this year in particular, Trout against fastballs, he's having a tough time. Kershaw is 2-2. Lost the curve up.
I almost feel like if you're going to go down, you got to go with that slider here.
Trout high in the air to left field. It's a can of corn for DeLuca.
He did. He went with his best pitch right there, and that's a slider. I almost feel like he got away with that one. That's thigh high. It wasn't buried inside. Well, Mike Trout walking back on. Jeez.
Yeah, 22 won't give you many of those.
No, sir.
2 out, bases empty. Brandon Drury hacks the first pitch from Kershaw, foul. This is a guy who has found himself as a big leaguer the last couple of years. Took him a while. He's traded 4 times. He's that highly touted bat. DFA'd twice. Last year, after signing a minor league contract with Cincinnati Reds, took the city of Cincy by storm. The Reds out of it. They traded him to the Padres at the deadline. Wasn't able to maintain his first half form. Did end up taking home a Silver Slugger award for the first time in his career. And a 2-year, $17 million contract with the Angels, part of a busy offseason for Perry Minasian in the front office here in Anaheim. Signed old friend Tyler Anderson. Traded for Hunter Renfroe. Drury with a base hit into left center. DeLuca quickly cuts it off to keep Drury at first base.
Drury hitting in a good spot right there. And I say hitting in a good spot. You're Kersh, and you just had to go through Ohtani and Trout, where you have got to be perfect. And you get those 2 outs, and then you're going after Drury, and I'm not saying it's a bit of a letdown, but you've got to stay focused because he can still hurt you. Drury got him right there with a single.
2-out base runner for the Angels. Ball 1 to Hunter Renfroe. He's now with his 15 in 8 big league seasons. Traded 3 times, the former 13th overall pick with the Padres. Kershaw levels things 1-1. Now, the old internet joke, baseball Twitter, would always say, well, you've never seen Mike Trout and Hunter Renfroe in the same room. Because you put those headshots next to each other, you could see it. Well, now you see them in the same room every day. Kershaw's 1-1. Oh, fooled Renfroe, 1-2. That was disgusting.
So good. Not only the break, but just the change in speed. And you're talking about 16, 17 miles per hour off the fastball.
Fastball up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kershaw now at 60 pitches. Renfroe pulls it foul.
I feel like right now you could elevate a fastball. Make sure you tie him up a little bit. Don't leave it out over the plate, but I think you can get him there.
Renfroe will strike out. That's hit hard, and Outman can't get it. Gets to the wall. Green light for Drury. The relay home. The tag from Smith. Not there. Close play at the plate. It goes Drury's way. And for now, the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
I tell you what, that was one heck of a pick by Will Smith. And the throw off the first base side. Alvin does a nice job. Perfect relay. Here, though, this is to the first base side. You watch that pick. That's a heck of a pick right there. I mean, you couldn't script it better. The problem is Rojas's throw was offline. May have been a great slide there. Much Drury, almost kind of like that swim move, right?
As the replay.
I don't know. I think he got him. He got some helmet, or he got some lips there.
It's hilarious seeing this Freeway Series crowd take in the replay on the Jumbotron. Everyone in red is yelling and signaling safe, while everyone in blue is cheering and signaling out.
I mean, if that's contact right there, I tell you, I still marvel over that pick by Will Smith, because he's short hopping the ball with that catcher's glove. And anybody that's tried to do that with a catcher's glove, I get it when you're picking pitches and everything, but that's crazy right there.
And then in one motion to swing over and even attempt to tag. The athleticism of Smith.
Well, I think one of the things, too, he had going his way, that's a head-first slide. If somebody's coming in feet first and you're just throwing yourself into it, spikes versus face doesn't usually work out well for face.
So the Dodgers challenging the play. The call on the field was safe. Based on those looks there, they determined that the glove got Drury in the face of the helmet before that right hand touched home plate. No conclusive evidence. For now, Kershaw staying warm on the mound. Alan Porter, the crew chief, he's working first base tonight. The relay from Outman to Rojas to Smith. Bill Haselman, the third base coach for the Angels.
Billy Hasselman, yeah, the third base coach, sent him. Former UCLA teammate. We're going back to that UCLA. He was
there you go.
Teammate of mine.
Up.
There you go. First round pick by the Rangers, a long career. And former UCLA Bruin, just as we've got one, Dave Roberts,
who signaled the challenge
right?
after Hasselman sent.
Bruin versus Bruin here.
Yeah,
I mean, if he's tagging him there.
It knocked the helmet off. Right? His helmet, after he completes the slide, Drury doesn't have a lid. So
I don't know. Like, I got to see another angle because I can't tell that hit him there. We'll see.
After review, the call on the field is overturned.
Bam!
Los Angeles Dodgers retain their challenge.
is this a home game? Will Smith, what a tag. Mickey Rowe giving him some love. Wipes the run off the board. Still donuts after 4. Dodgers Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Sun setting in Orange County, Game 1. The Freeway Series. Looked like the Angels just jumped out to a 1-0 lead. But after the Dodgers challenge at close play at the plate, overturned. So still zeros. So Reed Detmers has kept the Dodgers off the scoreboard up to this point, but innings 1 through 4, they haven't been the problem for him this year. Put on the ground to short, bobbled initially by Velasquez. He recovers in time.
See DeLuca moving down that line. Velasquez recovered though. You see, once he bobbled it, picks it up with his bare hand. The right thing to do.
Kid they call Squid.
How'd that happen? Do we know how that happened? You have that story, or was that a bad question?
No, I do know the story.
Do we want to hear it, or?
No,
Okay,
it's actually
gotcha.
not safe for.
Okay, I hear you. All right, let's call him Squid.
Or for those who are fans of the movie A Bronx Tale.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah. Okay.
So when he was with the Yankees, Velasquez, Anthony Rizzo, called him. Velasquez was from the Bronx. Colodro, or C, is the main character in that movie. So we can go with that one because that's more
fair.
safe for broadcast.
Yeah, that's good.
James Outman, third rookie in a row in this Dodger order. Vargas, DeLuca, Outman, and then Michael Busch after Rojas. James struck out swinging in the second inning. Ahead of Detmers 2-0.
2-0, just sell out right now for a fastball. He doesn't throw it, but sell out for a fastball.
Got one.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, when you're a young player and you're in between and you're not sure of yourself, I mean, that situation, you got to just say, I'm swinging at this thing no matter where it is, and let's hope it's a fastball. I mean, it's an educated guess, but it's educated.
2-2 after the foul ball.
And now he's worked himself into a slider pitch. Right, you're going to get some slider low and away, probably in the dirt.
Given how much we've seen that as the out pitch for Detmers.
I mean, Detmer's nuts if he doesn't throw it. Fastball away.
Ooh.
Thank you very much.
Squeezed. Wow. Yep.
Yeah,
hey. You'll take that as a hitter, though.
Right? 100%.
Bounce back. Froze Outman. 6 Ks for Detmers.
He didn't even mess around with the breaking stuff. He went with 2 fastballs, but the location was impeccable. Down and away. And again, though, that at bat was decided early on, 2-0. Outman got the fastball, but just wasn't able to catch up.
Miguel Rojas went 6-3 in the third. Still searching for his first home run. Return to Dodger blue. Velasquez in the hole. What a play! goodness gracious. Velasquez at short. Taking a hit away from his counterpart.
Squid doing it.
Head to Dodger Stadium on July 6th for Tony Gonsolin bobblehead night presented by 76. For tickets and more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
That beard is fierce, Kirsten, on the Gonsolin bobblehead. Clayton Kershaw and Reed Detmers in a pitcher's duel here at Angel Stadium. You see Kershaw's numbers here at this yard. Those will play. Bounce foul by Kevin Padlo, 1-1. So the Angels infield is pretty banged up right now. The rookie Zach Neto is an oblique strain. He's on the injured list. Anthony Rendon back on the IL. Wrist injury. Gio Urshela, pelvic fracture.
Yeah.
No, thank you. So the Angels call upon Padlo, who is producing at AAA Salt Lake. Wow, that camera behind home plate is working. My ear is no longer.
Right.
Oh, man. The camera, I mean microphone. So this is career Major League game 24 for Padlo. Been with a handful of organizations. The Rays, the Mariners, the Giants, the Padres, and now the Angels. Kershaw's 2-2. Didn't bite. Southern California kid, though. A 26-year-old from Murrieta. Popped up. Who's got it? Rojas going back. One away. Join us this weekend at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers hosting the Houston Astros. You can get your tickets at Dodgers.com/tickets. We'll have game 1 Friday night, Sportsnet LA. Saturday and Sunday will swoop by the national broadcasts. Saturday on Fox and Sunday on ESPN. EK, you're going to be there Saturday, though.
Yeah, Saturday I'll be calling the game. Yep, on Fox. Joe will be in London. Davis got the Cubs Cardinals.
Yes. Now Chad Wallach. So we talked about Chad, who's briefly in the Dodgers organization. We talked about his dad, Tim, who 5-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glover, Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer for what he did in an Expos uniform. He stays alive for one more pitch, 1-2.
Both father and son, Cal State Fullerton.
Correct.
Right? Titans. Is that where you were going?
I was also going to say that Chad's brother Matt also caught for the Titans as Chad's down swinging. And that's strikeout number 4 for Kershaw. So Matt was a draft pick of the Dodgers in 2007, and then Brett, the other Wallach son, the pitcher, also a Dodgers draft pick in 2009. So the Dodgers love themselves some Wallach.
So no doubt, and I think the who'd you say was it? Not Matt, the other Brett. Was it Brett?
Yes.
So I think he ended up signed. I think he was a high 2nd or 3rd round pick by the Cubs.
Yeah.
I thought, right? Eventually, is that who he signed with or no?
So no, the Dodgers drafted Chad in the 43rd round, and he instead maintained his commitment to Fullerton.
What about Matt?
So Matt
was a Dodger, and then there was one
more. They traded him to the
and Brett. Brett was a high pick. I think he was a 2nd round pick. Do we know that?
He was a.
Because I don't think he signed with the Dodgers. We're going to effort on that. We'll come back to you. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to.
Luis Rengifo with 2 away.
This is the Wallach family history we're giving you as Kirsch deals.
Has Tim hit you up yet? No. Ooh, nicely handled at third by Michael Busch. 1, 2, 3, 5th for Kershaw. Who wants some runs? Inside the Box Score is brought to you by your Lexus dealers. 5 innings aside for Clayton Kershaw and Reed Detmers. No runs against, just 3 hits in total. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The K's for left-handed Detmers.
Well, you see, he's been all over the zone. Right? He's even been out of the zone inducing some strikeouts. Again, just changing eye level. That's what allowed him to be effective so far tonight.
Beginning the 6th inning is Michael Busch against Detmers, who has 6 Ks. Time was called. So you read Detmers and you grow up, and your favorite pro athletes in any sport, you're pitching against one of them. It's Clayton Kershaw and David Price. Those are the 2 lefties that he looked up to. Did you have one of those moments where there was somebody you faced, or maybe it was a position player that you idolized growing up and you got to play against?
No, my favorite player was Pete Rose. So he was long gone by the time I
got it.
He was managing, and
noted.
I just couldn't get over the head first slide. You know, as a kid, I just, man, loved that.
Michael Busch, high fly ball to left, in front of the track, comfortably, is Ward. You know, sometimes you can, read the crowd reaction. Here at the Freeway Series, with the mix of fans, right, every ball in air is.
Well, you're getting a reaction. You just don't know what the outcome's going to be.
Deep enough, right? Detmers has gotten Mookie Betts twice. And after that first pitch fastball.
And he's got them both on those sliders. And Mookie's had opportunities early in the count to get the fastball, but the sliders would put him away.
1-1. Mookie this year is 7 home runs against left-handed pitching. 7 of his 17. And we alluded to it at the beginning of the telecast, how well he's performed in this ballpark. Two and two.
Dodgers have done a good job tonight of making Detmers get in the zone. They've only chased 8 times pitches out of the zone, but they've only had 3 hard hit balls this evening.
Pinpoint. Detmers strikes out Mookie for the 3rd time tonight, now up to 7.
He'd gone earlier with the breaking ball to put him away, and this time just dots a fastball inside at 95.
Freddie 0 for 1. Walked in the 4th and stole his 10th bag of the year. Grounds the first pitch he sees in the 6th. And Detmers continues to roll. We're in the middle of the 6th. You're watching Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA, and it's brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. It's the 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Good times rolling for the 2 starting pitchers here at the Big A, Clayton Kershaw and Reed Detmers. Trading punches and punch outs. Game 1 of the Freeway Series. Velasquez pushes a base hit to right field to start the bottom of the 6th.
Velasquez on base twice tonight against Kirsch. Walked earlier. Here he jumps on the first pitch heater. Scorches this thing. You see Freddie Freeman, he was playing in like there might be a bunt. Velasquez had none of that.
Top of the order, Taylor Ward, 0 for 2. To right, grounded to short. First pitch sent in the air to left. 1 away.
2 pitches, 2 swings. Got to be careful now with Ohtani here. He's my might ambush you here on that first pitch. Got to throw something out of the zone.
Ohtani, the American League Player of the Week, has a 22-game on-base streak, a 15-game hitting streak, and a 7-game extra base hit streak coming into this Freeway Series. 9 home runs in 13 games, 8 in his last 10. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Heads up, Phil Nevin.
That's a great pitch by Curry. Look at it. Hey, look, I'm putting you in the lineup. I'm letting you pitch and hit.
That's great. Nev softening in his, in his older years. Pick-off attempt, throw high. Speedy Velasquez on first base. 3 for 4 this year. We're keeping an eye on him on the base pass. Ohtani pokes it. And that keeps going. And in front of the warning track, DeLuca has it. Velasquez has to hustle back. When Ohtani pokes one, the ball somehow travels so far. I mean, some of the home runs he hit in Arlington, getting in,
right? They
just sending it opposite field. He's different.
Yeah, they just keep going and going. That pitch is actually a good pitch. It was out right on the edge. But note, so far this inning, Kirsch has thrown 4 pitches. There have been 4 swings.
Oh, Mike Trout.
Would you believe 5 pitches, 5 swings?
I don't want to let Kershaw get ahead of him. And you can understand that mindset.
But you know, you were talking about Ohtani and that ball just continuing to go and go. Ball came off the bat at 102, and it certainly didn't look like that, did it? I mean,
so the Angels rolling right now. They've won 19 of 30. Jumped to second place in the American League West, 41-33. This is a franchise that hasn't had a winning season since 2015. No postseason appearances in 8 years. Grounded to third. Bush has it. Second straight inning where Bush has handled the hot corner well. This time against Mike Trout.
on the next episode of Backstage Dodgers, presented by Cadillac. With the 2023 U.S. Open being played in Los Angeles, a group of players, including Mookie Betts and Shelby Miller, spent an off day testing their own golf skills. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers this Friday.
The seventh inning is presented by Energizer. Clayton Kershaw and Dave Roberts having a discussion in the dugout as Kershaw is through 6 shutout innings. Now looking for some runs against Reed Detmers, who has equaled Kersh up to this point. Speaking of golf, so that Backstage Dodgers episode has Mookie, who of course is good at everything, and Shelby Miller. I wasn't aware of your game, Shelby, but Will Smith has game. I've played around with Will. He hammers the golf ball.
You played a round with Will. Oh,
so
you said you played around with Will.
No, played a round of golf.
I was just being clear.
With Will Smith.
I hear you.
But ask Will who won that day. Just let him know. Take strike 1.
So you're pretty good, huh?
No, it was a 2-on-2. It was a little scramble.
All right. All right, let's see what Will does here. 3-1 count. Look for that fastball, Will.
Heard it. That's a base hit to right.
Gets in a hitter's count, and that fastball is elevated. Will gets on top of it, shoots it out to right center. That's how the Dodgers so far this evening, they've had trouble in fastball counts, and again, third time around right now, and they've seen him. JD, look for that fastball up.
Fastball in, fouled back. Detmer's season high. Oh, Stavinsky warming in the pen for the Angels. Season high this year for Detmer's is 6 1/3. We've relived Kershaw's perfect game bid in this ballpark from 2022. Detmer's completed a no-hitter last May. Chad Wallach was behind the plate. It's the battery again here tonight as Martinez is through strike 2. But after that no-hitter against the Rays in May, Detmer's actually was sent down. Worked on his slider, came back up, had a nice year. And he climbs the ladder. He punts the ticket to Martinez for the second time tonight.
Gets JD to chase out of the zone. The Dodgers have been pretty darn good this evening, but just so enticing and can't stay off the high fastball.
Miguel Vargas, who's 0 for 2. Up to this point, it's been the 3rd consecutive strong turn for Detmers in all 3 of these outings, because this one's still going. 8 strikeouts. Take from Vargas, 1-1. Now, you've talked about not looking at production for all players, but in the context of our conversation was about Miguel Vargas.
Right.
Have you liked the swings, the takes, and the contact?
So I like the first at bat. The first at bat was competitive. Fought off some pitches and ended up lining the ball to the left. That's why I felt like that the second at bat, he'd be able to see something, get something he could drive. But he's seen Detmers a lot, seen his whole arsenal.
Holds off, ball 3.
So I'll let you know what I think after this pitch right here. I mean, this is a 3-1. Again, I'm selling out right now for a fastball. If it's a slider and I'm swinging, oh, so be it. But I am selling out for a fastball right now.
Snap out of this summer skid.
See, like that for me, I get it, it's on top of the zone, but if I'm 3-1 and I'm selling out, I can get to that. I can get to that.
Now you're in slider territory.
Now I got a battle.
High in the air to right. Renfroe drifts over and has out number 2 on the top of the 7th. Celebrate Independence Day when the Dodgers host the Pittsburgh Pirates at Dodger Stadium. Stay after the game for a fireworks show presented by California Pizza Kitchen. Get your tickets at dodgers.com/tickets.
By the way, it's much easier to hit and predict things sitting up here.
I agree.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is.
You're at least a 350 hitter right here.
I mean,
DeLuca doesn't arrive, but right to the glove of Mike Trout. So after the leadoff base hit from Smith, the Dodgers down in order. We are stretching at the Big A. Dodgers nothing, Angels nothing. 2 hits for LA, 3 hits for Anaheim. Time now for Energizer player profile. Clayton Kershaw at Angel Stadium. The last 3 times here have been great. Unless you're a hitter for the Angels, then it's been terrible.
Right.
After the 7th inning stretch, 4, 5, and 6 up against Kersh. And Drury singled and nearly scored his last time up in the 4th. Hang around, slid across home plate after a Hunter Renfroe double. Was initially called safe. The Dodgers challenged successfully. Great play by Will Smith to apply the tag. And Drury with another base hit. You know, when he was struggling to find himself as a hitter, he got caught in trying to lift the ball. He fell in love with chasing homers. You know, when really a player of his profile is at his best when he was hitting line drive. So after years of scuffling with that approach, I'm going back to trying to hit the ball up the middle hard again. And that's where he found his confidence. I've seen that the last 2 times up.
And the home runs are going to come. If you're hitting the ball hard, you're going to elevate. But if you're up there trying to just go deep, I mean, it's so difficult to do. Square it up and hit it hard. See what happens.
One ball, one strike on Renfroe. Big hat, no contact. 1-2.
So good at changing eye level. We saw him do it earlier in the game, but here he had just gone with a high fastball at the top of the zone. You see this ball, it hits the dirt. It's got that curveball. You see it high, and boom, just drops out of the zone.
So if you're Renfroe, what are you waiting for right here?
Well, you're hoping he hangs a curveball or
setting up in. Renfroe shoots it to right. Long run from Mookie. Drops on the warning track. One hops the wall. Stop sign for Drury. A stand-up double for Renfroe. Second and third for the Angels. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th.
Kersh trying to get in. He left this thing out over the plate. Renfroe just goes with it. Puts it right in the corner. Mookie Betts does a nice job of getting that ball, and Drury wasn't going to get thrown out at home twice. Billy Hasselman holding him at third.
Oh, big spot for Kevin Padlo. First game with the Angels. There's 2 on, nobody out against Kershaw. Bounces one to Rojas, who looks Drury back to third, and that's 1 for Kershaw.
Kersh right now in a situation where he's got some inexperienced hitters. Now Chad Wallach, yes, he's got some at-bats, he's had some big hits. But again, these are young guys that are trying to establish themselves, trying to get the big hit, use that aggressiveness against them.
Everybody outside of Renfroe and Drury tonight, 1 for 17. Chad Wallach bounces the first pitch off home plate.
See that? I mean, the first 2 pitches with guys on second and third, these guys want to make it happen. Kersh, I think, can expand the zone and see if these Wallach's going to be disciplined enough to lay off.
This is a hitter who's crushed the hard stuff, but had issues against breaking pitches. Foul back, 0-2. How about that? Clayton Kershaw. Opponents with risk this year. Nada. Caleb Ferguson loosening. Pitch 91 from Kershaw. Wallach watches ball 1. Wallach entered tonight 2 for 28 with 16 strikeouts against breaking balls. Let's see what Kershaw gives him for this 1-2. With the slider, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a piece.
I think you've got to crowd Wallach. Just stay inside on him. He's looking for something up, out over the plate, looking to the big side of the field. The hitter just wants something in the air. Making sure you're on the same page right here. I think if I'm Kersh right now, I think I can go a fastball up and in. Again, I don't want to be out over the plate. If I'm going to go fastball, I go up and in, or I bury that slider on the back foot.
After the convention with Will Smith on the mound, Kershaw sets for this 2-2 to Wallach. Second and third, one out, bottom 7. Did not break back into the zone. Count goes full. Kershaw's 3-2. He struck him out.
So he went up and high in the zone. Very tough for a younger hitter to be patient, to take the walk. He wants to drive in those runs, and Kersh, again, he and Will Smith used his aggressiveness against him and got Chad Wallach.
Now halfway home to Jumbo Jack land. 5 more for the Dodgers tonight. Jack in the Box in the LA area tomorrow. Buy a large drink, get free Jumbo Jack. Ball one high to Luis Rengifo. The hitter who broke up his perfect game bid in this ballpark last summer. 1-1. Did he go? Check down first. Alan Porter says no. 2-1. Fastball misses high. 3 balls and a strike.
Right now, if I'm Kersh, I'm not just laying one over the middle part of the plate. I am staying on the edges, or if I walk him, I don't care. I'll start over with the next hitter.
The number 9 hitter on deck, Velasquez. 3-1 in there, strike 2.
So good, right on an edge, down in the zone.
Fans know the moment. He'll do it again. Angel Red and Dodger Blue all on their feet. Another payoff from Kershaw to Rengifo. Ball 4 and the bases are loaded. This is the number 9 hitter, but Andrew Velasquez has reached both times he's been up tonight. Walked in the 3rd, singled in the 6th.
But neither time was he up with the bases loaded and the game on the line.
Against the Hall of Famer.
Right, and that's why that last pitch, yeah, you hate to walk Rengifo, but it was the right pitch. It's out of the zone. You hope you'd get the same sort of attempt that Chad Wallach had in the prior at bat. But now you get to start over. 0-0 count. Take my chances with Kersh any day of the week. Interesting here. Hey, over 100 pitches. Kersh for the first time since April 18th.
Season high 105. He's at 102 right now. Pitch 103 to Velasquez. Grounded to Miguel Rojas, who flips it to second. Kershaw out of the jam. 2 22 straight scoreless innings for Kershaw at Angel Stadium. Bases loaded, 2 out in the 7th. Before Andrew Velazquez came to the plate, Miguel Rojas went to the mound and talked with Clayton Kershaw, then inadvertently knocked the ball away. The very next pitch, a ground ball to Miggy Rowe to end the threat.
It's that simple. He said, look, Kersh, just have him hit it to me. Okay, that's what I'll do, Miggy. I'll just have him hit it to you.
Clayton Kershaw is a bad man. Now time for the Dodgers to get some runs. Angel bullpen to work. Davinsky against Outman. He flies out to center field. And Clayton Kershaw answering the bell again. I mean, so many times his turn has come around in the rotation, EK, when the Dodgers need him, and he comes through.
And there he is. Yep. All right, there we go. I mean, even in the midst of all this, right?
Dad.
Yeah, that's why you do it. But you mentioned Kersh has done it so many times this year. And when you talk about National League Cy Young right now, really, I mean, you got Zach Gallen in Arizona and Kersh right now. I mean, you could make a good case for him. And it's just amazing how he continues to go and go and go.
Gets all the way to the corner. Rojas thinking 3. No, he will stay at second with an easy 1-out double.
Just smokes this ball by Rengifo. Gets that ball into the corner. Dodgers have a runner in scoring position. Got the youngster up, Michael Busch.
Busch 0 for 2. I think back that series finale at Petco Park, Sunday Night Baseball. Busch coming through in extra innings to seal that game and series win. This is another big moment for him here. Scoreless game in the top of the 8th. Potential go-ahead run on second with 1 out. Davinsky working now. This is the first time Reed Detmers 7 innings without giving up a run since his no-hitter last May. Ground ball to first. It bounces over Pablo. Green light for Rojas. The Dodgers up 1-0.
So good. Michael Busch up there in an 0-1 count. The pitch previous was not a strike. They call him one. He's up there battling, puts the ball in play, gets a fortuitous bounce. Hey, he'll take that RBI all day long. Atta baby.
Smiles for Busch on first base. The Dodgers break through against the Angel bullpen. And now Mookie 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Betts has struck out 4 times in a game, just 3 times in his career. One and one. Let's do some damage here, Luke. Ball too high, so Wallach trying to settle Davinsky on the mound. veteran reliever. 5 pretty good years in the Houston bullpen. Couldn't find that same success in Arizona or Philly. Now with the Angels. Popped up right side. That's in foul territory. 2 out.
Ready to see him break out, right? Ready?
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a guy who his average is at 324 going into tonight. No, I'm with you. 519 OPS during that 6-game homestand, and twice as many strikeouts as hits in those 6 games. It's just a rarity for Freeman.
Need to see one of those patented doubles to left center right now. Watch Michael Busch run.
And you shall receive. It's just going to be a base hit. Busch at third.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that was the cleanest of base running, but what was excellent about it, you see Freddie drops that thing into left center. But you see Busch, he gets around, and because it's not a strong throw in, he's right there. The minute they throw behind him, he takes off towards third. What was good is he didn't panic and try and beat the throw back to second, because he would have been banged.
Dodgers at the corners. Will Smith.
What that also does by him getting to third base, you open up that entire right side because they're holding on Freddie at first. The way that Angel infield is, Will Smith just looking to shoot a single out to right center.
Dodgers against Reed Detmers, 2 hits in 7 frames. 3 hits in this 8th inning alone against Davinsky. Will there be a 4th? Will Smith to right field, tailing toward the line. That's a foul ball. Oh.
Kersh's facial expression. That's foul. I mean, that was. Look at Kersh.
Long strike for Smith. And a long walk back to home plate. Feet from 3-0.
Right? I'm not even getting greedy. I just want one more. I'll take 2. Look, the way things have been going, I'll take another bad hop single.
Two and 1. Smith through the left side. Busch scores 2-0. The 4th hit of the inning for LA.
Able to serve that thing out to left field. Again, an RBI spot. You don't need to get greedy. All you're trying to do right there, get a base hit, get that runner in from third. Will Smith does it. Dodgers have a 2-0 lead. That man right there, it wasn't exactly pretty, but Michael Busch that battled at the plate gets that base hit. Nice job of base running after the fact that he kind of got out in no man's land.
All right, EK, you've been working some magic this inning. We got to give it to you. So you talked about Freddie getting back on the horse, base hit.
I got a number of Dodger games coming up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not going to blow it all out tonight. I'm just looking for a W.
Sorry, I was getting.
Okay, let's not get greedy. Let's not get greedy.
Okay. 2 on 2 out. JD Martinez. Dodgers offense with 2 outs this year. We've been talking about it all season. High in the air to left. Ward has it. The Dodgers get to Davinsky. Now that Detmers is out of the game, some runs. 2-0 Dodgers. Now the Kershaw family. That's the good stuff. And Clayton Kershaw, you see, hunker down, get out of a second and third, nobody out jam, bases loaded jam. Still has the wherewithal to be dad. Time for Who's In, Who's Out, brought to you by In-N-Out. Clayton Kershaw out of the game. Caleb Ferguson in against the top of the order for the Angels in the 8th.
They see Ferg right there. ERA up to 3.46. Been a little inconsistent as of late.
96 in the zone, strike 1. The last 14 games of the Dodger bullpen, the fans know it's been a ride on the struggle bus. A 6.71 ERA in 59 innings. Now Ward with a little flare to Betts in right. 1 out. Here comes Ohtani. After the game, here comes the fellows for Access Sportsnet Dodgers. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., and Nomar Garciaparra.
We got to get a colored sign. That's just not working there.
You just got to tilt it down
away, yes,
against the lights. Yeah. Ohtani with a huge hack. And he misses 0-1. He's 0 for 3 against Kershaw. 1 strikeout. 2 flyouts to DeLuca in left. Oh, and 2. Caleb Ferguson was.
I mean, it's a legit pitch. I mean, that occasionally it's got a strike right there.
It's dead ball 1. 1-2 now. A little low, count even.
You can go back up with that fastball he had earlier. You go up and in with that fastball, you get him. Again, excellent sequencing by Will Smith and Caleb Ferguson. He'd gone up there to begin with, and then he shows him those 2 pitches on the outer part of the plate that were excellent pitches, and then bam, opened up that hole and got him.
Keep the bases empty for Trout. Since the 30th of May, Trout batting about 170. Now back 1-1. It's hard to comprehend for a player of his caliber. Just 11 hits his last 18 games. Now 5 of those 11 have come over the last 3. He does have a home run and 2 doubles, but one and 2. Another one into the net. 3-time American League MVP. 3 MVP awards, but the thing for the Angels is that he also only has 3 postseason games. 97 too high. 2-2.
All right, just rear back right now. Mano-y-mano. Go with a fastball up in the zone. See what you got.
I mentioned it earlier. That's the book on Trout. Ferguson, read it. His 3-2. Dotted, strike 3. May have gotten a call, but he'll take it. He strikes out Ohtani and Trout in a 1-2-3-8. Nissan calendar shows you the series finale of the Freeway Series tomorrow, and then another off day, second off day of the week for the Dodgers on Thursday before a 3-game series at home against the Houston Astros. Well, EK, beginning of our broadcast, we talked about the electricity that seems to follow the Freeway Series. How about the energy and the electricity from Caleb Ferguson in that 8th inning, striking out Ohtani and Trout?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been an extension of what we've seen tonight. Kershaw was great. Will Smith, great play at home plate. Big base hit.
Is this a knock? No! Renfroe, the sliding grab.
I think, if anything, you look at this game tonight, and it's been a clean Dodger baseball game. And that's something that, I know people want to talk about the bullpen or, you know, the off, that whatever it is. But they haven't been doing the fundamental things, whether it's base running, whether it's throwing to the wrong base. But tonight, we've seen a little bit of everything. And let's put the Dodgers in a position with a 2-0 lead right now as we're in the 9th.
The Arizona Diamondbacks lost tonight 7-5 in Milwaukee. Right now the Padres and Giants are tied at 3. Bases loaded, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. So potential walk-off for San Francisco. Another potential walk-off for the Giants. Chris Taylor on deck. Kirsten Watson told us earlier that he was available off the bench. I'm going to miss forward to Luca. That makes it official. And there's been so much talk, and understandably so, about the Dodger bullpen and the way it's gone the last few weeks. But this is nails from Ferguson. Top of the Angel order. Ward's on fire. Ohtani's the player of the week, the hottest player in baseball. And then Mike Trout, even though he's had a down year, he's still Mike Trout. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he just came in and challenged those guys, set up Ohtani perfectly with the sequencing, and then went right after Trout on a 3-2 pitch, fastball up in the zone, and got him.
First 2 retired by Aaron Luke. Chris Taylor, first pitch swinging, but it will be caught in front of the track by Taylor Ward. Evan Phillips, we'll say hello to him when we come back. Volkswagen dealers, James Outman, Miguel Rojas. The tag from Will Smith. They get Brandon Drury after a successful challenge call by the Dodgers. Instead of a 1-0 deficit, stayed scoreless. It remained that way. So the Dodgers broke through against Chris Davinsky in the top of the 8th inning. Now leading 2-0. The bottom of the 9th. Some changes for the Dodgers. David Peralta in left. Jason Hayward in center. Evan Phillips on the mound.
Well, he's the man that's been the most dependable out of this Dodger bullpen all year long. Been used in a tight leverage situations, been used to close, and Dave Roberts asking him to shut the door and preserve the lead.
4, 5, and 6 in the Angel order. Some history between Phillips and Drury. Evan has gotten the best of Drury. He's 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts. And that's the Dodgers fireman. First pitch strike. Peel. No, 1-1. Drury 2 for 3. 2 base hits and a strikeout. On deck is Renfroe. A strikeout and 2 doubles.
Look, in a perfect world, you want 1, 2, 3, but it's really imperative you get one of the first 2 hitters here in this Angel lineup out, just because you go to the bottom part and it's a much more vulnerable group.
Swings through, strike 2.
Pitch started out of the zone and ended up further away.
That's strike 3. Right down the pipe.
That's just a case of Drury sitting on a breaking ball, did not expect a fastball. Phillips rears back 98 miles an hour. Drury can't pull the trigger.
With all the sweepers Phillips throws, that's probably what Drury was looking for. Ball 1 to Renfroe. Strike. Dodgers 2 out away from picking up a game in the standings on the division leading D-backs. The Giants did walk off the Padres.
Shocker.
Strike 2. Jock Peterson walked the bases loaded.
Literally walked them off. Giants have, I mean, they're in a stretch right now. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're ending up on the right side.
9 in a row for San Francisco.
Padres still can't get out of their own way.
Strike 3, swinging. That's 2 in a row for Phillips to begin the 9th.
So far, this Dodgers bullpen 5 up, 5 down, and they're just overmatching this Angels lineup. 4 strikeouts.
Be a pinch hitter for Phil Nevin. He's calling on Mickey Moniak. He's found life after being traded from the Phillies to the Angels in exchange for Noah Syndergaard last year. A 25-year-old #1 overall pick in 2016. Now that it's a righty on the bump, he gets the call. Just 6 plate appearances against left-handed pitchers all year for Moniak. Left side. Rojas has a read on it, and that seals it. A 2-0 win for LA. The 7th shutout win of the year.
Dodgers do everything right. They play a clean baseball game. Great start from Kersh. Outstanding game behind the plate. Will Smith. This young man, Michael Busch, gets on the board with that first RBI, and Evan Phillips shuts it down. It's a nice little game plan, executed perfectly. Dave Roberts excited about what happened tonight.
The Dodgers snap a 3-game losing streak, get victory number 40 on the year. Now within 3.5 of Arizona for the top of the division. Game 2 tomorrow night. The Dodgers will take on Shohei Ohtani. Try and sweep this freeway series. Up next, Access Sportsnet Dodgers. For EK, Kirsten, and the crew, I'm Steven. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Wednesday.